I'm Ambry, and this is Ambry's Corner, and welcome back to my channel. If you're a new viewer, watch a subscriber, welcome. If you're a returning viewer, watch a subscriber, welcome back. Hi guys, I am back today with another video. Today's video is I think it's a catch-up TV. Hold on, let me check and make sure. Not August. I am gonna be talking about the Black Dagger Brotherhood series on Passion Flix. It did come out this month, which is we're in July right now, so y'all won't get this video until August, the second video of August. So yeah, this is like the last video you'll see with me in this hat, in a hat. So and I got a reel as well, so them be like the last two pieces of content that y'all will see with me in this hat, and y'all won't see this till August. So yeah, just want to get into that. So I did say in like my update that I want to like more sit down. I want to incorporate more sit down videos, because as of late I've been doing like a lot of makeup content, and I do love my makeup content, but I don't want that to be all I bring to y'all. So I am going to incorporate more of these. Catch Up TV never left. There just hasn't been any shows that I've been wanting to talk about or review, but this particular show I got into and I want to talk about it, so I'm going to get into it today. Oh yes, let's get into the Black Dagger Brotherhood series. Oh my god, it was so good. So before, about I think this little series had been in the works for some time. The first I ever heard of it was actually on Passion Flix. They were talking about bringing that book series to Passion Flix. If y'all know what Passion Flix is, it is a streaming site. It is an app. I've been on it for a couple years now. I love it. It's all things romance, all things adult. So if y'all into like romance, adult romances, y'all need to look at this. It is so good. It's such a good like little streaming app, especially if you're a romantic nerd like I am, like you love anything romance, you'll love this. So yeah, so this is the app. It's only like $5.99 a month. That's not bad at all for a streaming app. Because I've been on here for a couple years. There are a couple series on here I like. The Gabriel Inferno series is good. The Wicked series is good. Like a Brotherhood. So I first heard about this show about a year ago, and they were just talking about bringing it to they were in works of, they was in the works of making a deal to bring it to Passion Flix. Now up until that point I had never heard about that series. I heard about it a couple different places, but I couldn't never pinpoint the exact series. So when the first episode dropped, it intrigued me to no ends to get into it. So this little series is about this brotherhood, the Black Dagger Brotherhood. They're a brotherhood of vampires, which is a whole species within itself that lives amongst the humans. Now this particular brotherhood contains, I think, about 7 or 6 brothers in all. They're not blood related, but each brother has a story. And so the first story we start out with is Wrath. Now Wrath is of vampire royalty. He's not very accepting of his royal status, so he doesn't really take heed to it until like towards the end, when he really doesn't have a choice. First, and we give a little backstory on Wrath. Like I said, Wrath is of royal descent, so he is a royal. He's like the king of vampires. And when he was young, his parents were like killed right in front of him, and so that kind of like redirected his path away from that scene, because of what happened to his parents. That had a big effect on him, and how he ended up living his life, and how brutal he was before he met his wife, or as they would call it, his Leland. A very brutal and kind of ruthless, especially like when he wasn't a bad guy, he just his heart had been closed in that way for a long time. He did have a mate once before that, but that was a long time ago, so I'm not sure. I don't really touch into that too much. I just know that he had a mate once a long time ago. Let's get into Beth. Beth was adopted. She was a foster kid. Her biological father is part of the brotherhood, Darius. Now, when the book first opened, Darius is killed right after he asks Wrath to basically help his daughter through her transition. But because of Wrath's royal bloodline, his blood, or whatever was in his blood, helped the transition to be easier. So it starts with Darius asking Wrath to basically help his daughter through the transition. At first, Wrath is totally against it. He said, nah, he ain't finna do that. He ain't responsible for that. He not having it. He don't care. That was his first reaction. But then when Darius dies, I guess Darius leaves a note asking Wrath would he just watch over her, Beth, or whatever. That's her name, Elizabeth. They call her Beth for short. They ask him to watch over Beth. I think I've read all of their stories, except for like a really good like little series. If you're interested in watching it, it is on Passionflix. It's only like $5.99 a month for that. A easy little $5 payment every month. I really don't notice it gone. I think I noticed a bigger difference from Netflix and the other ones I'm subscribed to, but that one I never noticed, and I love that app. I have been on and off for a few years, but I think this like the first time like in the last few years that I found that I have like been on it constantly. There are a lot more other series, but this is the first one that actually has, I think, that I've heard of, that has like a series of books, kind of like Bridgerton. I think it's about 20 to 40 books in all on this series, and it's basically like generational. And so like it starts out with like those brothers, and then like as time goes on, you know, new vampires kind of join and they have their story, and then maybe their children have story. I think that's how it goes. Like it's like a bunch of stories entwined into one, and it starts with the first set of brothers. I think it goes on and on. By the end of it, Wrath has no choice but to take over as king. He's kind of like left with no option. It's either you take over and lead your species, or you lose your mate. Like that's how it's working out for him in the end. He kind of fights it, but then he kind of comes to the realization that his path was going to always lead back to that, because that's his destiny. And he's told by I forget, like basically she's basically like the goddess amongst the vampires, but he's basically told by her that, you know, you really don't have a choice. This was always your path, and your destiny and my destiny are entwined. About this little series is that you can't be bitten to become a vampire. Like you're either born with the gene or you're not. So there's no in between. You can't be bitten and turned into it. You're kind of born with the gene. So yeah, and Beth was, like I said, half human, half vampire, and so that's how come she ended up having the gene. There's a lot of others, like a lot of other stories that I be watching on here. Amy Benson only did like 2 seasons, and then it didn't come back. So I'm hoping they bring that back. Maybe I'll come back and I'll do like a quick like little review on that, and then we'll come back later on and I'll talk about the new season maybe. That is it for this video. I hope y'all liked it. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Yeah, like I said, I am going to incorporate more of these videos, sit down, talking head videos. So yeah, stay tuned, and I will see y'all next one. Bye. Ambrescorner, the evolution of me.